Cauzality. For CLDs, it's awesome. This is a first in a series of videos about different aspects of causality and why I think that for creating causal loop diagrams, it's absolutely awesome. It's web-based, real-time multi-user, and if you're new to it, you can learn how to use it in 3 minutes or less, which I think is an awesome capability. So once you log into Cauzality, you end up with this environment called My Maps. You click here to create a new map. You can then call it whatever you want to. I call it my new map. My new map. To create a map, you double click anywhere to add a variable. So you then give it a name. We'll call it cat. If I can spell, then we'll double click and create a new one and call it mouse. And then we'll come over here. If you mouse into the blue part, you can then draw a connection. And once you draw the connection, you can change it to same or opposite. You usually get to do that before you actually click on it because I was just too quick with my mouse. Let me go ahead and create mouse hole. And now when I do this from here, notice that it comes up with an option to do same, direct, opposite, or the cloud meaning I haven't quite figured out what the relationship is yet, but this is also same. I can click on this and move it around. And if I then create one more, call it frustrates, so that the mouse hole frustrates the cat. Notice that I have now all of the connections turned into running ants because Cauzality knows that I've created a loop. Not only does it know that I've created a loop, it gives me an indicator over here to say it is a loop. And I can rename it from here if I want to. I can go ahead and, if there are multiple loops, I can just look at one loop, which I'll show you in a couple minutes. And if there were multiple loops, I selected it, I could go ahead and focus it and center it. So that's about it in terms of an absolute bare bones introduction. If you change this to opposite, notice that it becomes, now it says that it's a balancing loop as opposed to reinforcing loop. Changes the color of the connection. And if you want to get rid of them, you can click on them and hit the delete key, but you can't delete them by accident because it cues you to see if you really want to delete it. So that's the quickest introduction to causality that I can imagine, and there are lots of other stuff to it. Just go to cauzality.com, sign up for an account. It'll take maybe a day or so before you actually get access because that part of it is still being done manually because it's a relatively new offering. So have at it. Bye.